Are we back? Yeah, it seems like we're back, right? Alright, guys, I don't know what the fuck the internet is up to today. It seems weird. Nope. Yeah, we're going again. Let's just give it a minute. Gilgamesh, you broke my fucking stream, you asshole. How dare you? Let's just see if it's getting normal again. Can the Chaos Gods also fuck Tyranids? Can Tyranids also be turned into chaos creatures, or do the Tyranids not function that way? What do you mean yes and no? I'm assuming the Chaos Gods like Nurgle can turn them into plague bearers, but they're still Tyranids, first and foremost. Has been deemed excommunicate Tritaris. The Tyranids are nothing to fear and are small and weak. They are easily dealt with by our glorious guardsmen. Return to your duties at once. Oh shit. Also, for theories, Tyranids might be able to close warp rifts. The Tyranid overmind is too strong. As long as they have connection to the hive mind, I don't think they can be affected. They're uncorruptible. That's why they're so afraid. Stupid question, but is this a video game? Or so there are many video games about this game, Kakika Pro, but it is a it's a board game first and also books, shit tons of books. But it's like a massive universe. Warhammer 40k, it's a giant universe. Alright, so the Tyranids can't be controlled by the Chaos Gods, which kind of would make sense because they're all controlled by a singular hive mind. But then, what if the Chaos Gods manage to control one of the hive minds? Or is that also not possible?
Hold the morbid honour of now becoming their official designation. Inquisitor Kryptman attempted to use his astropath on board to project a vision of his discovery to the Imperium's network, only to discover that this was not possible. Something was preventing the astropath from communicating.
This is very cool.
This, of course, was the psychic disturbance caused by the Hive fleet. So he instead proceeded to the next nearest Imperial planet of Thandros in the hopes of establishing communication, only to discover this world had also been ravaged and was now a sterile dead planet. As is often the case with planets in the Imperium, sometimes entire worlds are lost without anybody even realizing it until years later. Eventually, after successfully establishing communications, he was ordered to proceed to the planet of Macragge, the Space Marine chapter homeworld of the Ultramarines. The alien fleet would be designated Behemoth.
Bro, what the
Thanks largely
fuck?
to the information gathered from the Tyran data codex, the Astartes and Imperial forces on Macragge were now able to formulate a plan in its defense. The chapter master Marneus Calgar quickly ordered its already immense, powerful defenses strengthened. In addition to the existing Imperial ships in orbit, more arrived daily, including massive strike cruisers and Ultramarines battle barges. One thing was for sure, the Tyranid threat would have a far more challenging battle to be fought here than at Tyran and Thandros.
Oh yeah!
It would not be
Rabute Gilliman, bro. You know what he would do if he came face to face with the Tyranids? He would fucking slaughter billions of them. Because it's Gilliman, bro. The dude cannot die.
Until a month later that the Tyranids would finally begin to assault Macragge. Over 1,000 of the Xenos ships had been present entering the system and had now already ravaged the garden world of Prandium, a former lush paradise.
Then he'll kill Trollians,
a glory to behold, and now a broken wasteland of death. Even with Kryptman's warnings, the first-hand accounts of the previously lush planet being turned to dead rock, Calgar was taken aback by the devastation of the Jewel of Ultramar. In Calgar's preparations, he would form 3 massive armies on the surface of Macragge, and as the first spores would begin to fall, the powerful Astartes regiments would begin their stand against the alien horrors. Calgar himself had formed the largest of these 3 armies and would carry out repeated rearguard assaults to wither and crush the Tyranid swarms. But the unrelenting weight and force of the Tyranids could not be suppressed, even with the power of the Ultramarines on their home planet. On the planet's surface, Titans stalked the land, obliterating any alien swarms in their path. The ferocity of the Tyranid assault was something never seen before by the Astartes, and some even saw the colossal Titans be dragged down to the ground before being brutally torn to pieces by the blurred forms of Claw and Chitin. First Company veteran Ultramarines would lay waste to these foul Xenos horrors, but deep inside their bunkers.
Bro, this sounds like Starship Troopers, but on steroids. You guys know the movie Starship Troopers? It sounds like that, but on fucking steroids. But these hive fleets are only scout fleets, and the true main fleet is many times bigger than the galaxy. Gee, isn't that's a theory, right? The theory currently suggests that these fleets that we have now is actually not the actual threat. The real threat is still coming.
Holding every piece of ground until it could no longer be held, but slowly retreating inside their fortress. The attacking Tyranids would be relentlessly slaughtered like an ocean of alien bodies, exploding, disintegrating and being vaporized by the unwavering but slowly withdrawing Astartes. As the fighting became ever more brutal and desperate, with much of Calgar's defense forces now slaughtered, one of the final battles would be fought on a location known as Cold Steel Ridge. The previously masterful rearguard army of Calgar here would find their match, as the hive mind had learned and adapted to his battle tactics. To compound the situation, the Tyranids would deploy a bioform later classified by the Imperium as a Swarm Lord. This massive creature was one of the final forms to lead assaults on Tyran and Thandros. Using the power of the hive mind, the Tyranids' previously mindless, animalistic, furious assaults now became viciously focused, even tactical. Over the remaining hours, the Swarm Lord would launch attacks again and again, killing scores of auxiliary troops in the most savage and horrific ways imaginable, no doubt in an attempt to horrify and break the human enemy. Torn apart, flayed, penetrated, dissolved, eaten alive, inside or out, the carnage continued on and on until the powerful Astartes began to appear outmatched.
Dude, I just want to point out, the Tyranids feel like it's a weapon that was designed by someone. Because from normal sort of, from an evolutionary standpoint, there's no way that a creature like this would evolve. Not naturally. It is the old ones. You think the old ones made the Tyranids? Maybe. This is a theory. They were designed by a Necron. I don't know. Didn't someone say that the Necrons have the best chance of actually defeating the Tyranids? I think someone told me that the other day. That the Necrons could actually defeat the Tyranids. They have the most advanced technology out there. So they could probably defeat the Tyranids. The old ones made them to fight the Necrons, but no one knows. When did they arrive? They didn't, like, the War in Heaven, were they around during the War in Heaven? So the warp settles down, and so the old ones can come back and start again. The Silent King hates them also. Necrons have no flesh to be consumed, so the Nids don't really care too much about them. If my lore is straight, the thing that got the Necrons to wake up is the Silent King got spooked by the Nids. Could have evolved in the void of space. We don't know what the true form of the Nids. And they weren't. They do have the map that can nuke the Tyranids. My bet is they are the best button for the universe that got triggered when the old ones died. I can see that. Gaifu, thank you very much for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, by the way, Sook, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Is apparently summoning them. Maybe. So you guys think the Golden Throne is like a massive beacon that's just, upsetting the balance of power?
By this previously mindless horror. Sensing victory, the Swarm Lord along with Tyranid warriors thrust into the fight and engaged Calgar himself. As the Ultramarines circled to aid the Chapter Master, Tyranids lying dead sprung to life, evidently feigning death in a suppressed state by the Swarm Lord so as to launch unexpected attacks on the now compromised Ultramarine defenders. Calgar would be torn and savagely injured by this assault, and the remaining forces were...
Oh, okay. So what you guys are saying is the psychic activity that's happening due to the Golden Throne is what's attracting them to this galaxy. So if it wasn't for the humans putting the Emperor in the Golden Throne, they probably would have missed the entire galaxy anyways. Is the Farron beacon is what got them to come here, not the Astronomicon? Was the beacon ignited during the heresy? Got their attention? I don't know. You guys are saying multiple things now at the same time. I don't know which one is true. Speak amongst yourselves, figure out what's the true theory, and then we'll go with that one.
Forced into retreating to the battle barge Octavius. One of, if not the strongest defences of Macragge was its polar fortresses and massive ground weapons that fired high into orbit, obliterating the Xenos raining down onto the planet. The Tyranids, now being highly aware of this concentration of firepower, proceeded to rain down thousands more spores in this polar area, and Tyranids would now begin to appear in even greater numbers, and the fortresses were soon seething with alien horrors.
Jesus.
With few options available, Calgar had to trust his planet-side Astartes would handle the tidal wave of Xenos.
Calgar? Calgar. Why does that sound so familiar? Hold up, I need to check something. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry, chat. Quickly want to check something here.
Now engulfing their bunkers. So Calgar would instead turn his...
Fuck! It's this guy! Holy shit! I've just been reading about Calgar here. Like, literally today, been reading about him. Oh, that's cool! We're finally dealing with something in the lore that I know. I know who Calgar is. Calgar is a beast, bro. Alright. Alright, sorry, chat, but that was pretty cool. I just wanted to check.
His attention to the Hive fleet, determined that if Macragge must fall, no other planet would. Despite the Imperial fleet and the remaining planetary defences engaging the orbiting bioships and destroying hundreds of them en masse, many more remained, and wave after wave would assault the ships in space and the surface of the planet. By the time the Tyranids were deploying their 12th wave of attacks, the orbital defences of Macragge were now essentially annihilated, and so the Tyranids would even further intensify their attacks. Calgar would attempt to seize on this by assaulting their ships in orbit. The Tyranids were spread out in their attempts to envelop the planet, and then they would start to now withdraw their bioships, pull the engaging Imperial space vessels away from Macragge so as to be unable to assist the forces on the ground, especially around its polar bunkers and outposts. What the Tyranids could not have foreseen, though, was the arrival of the reinforcing battle fleet Tempestus, catching them now in between two Imperial fleets. But even so, the Tyranid Hive fleet was far from outmatched, and likely both fleets could have been potentially destroyed were it not for the supreme sacrifice of the mammoth Emperor-class battleship Dominus Astra. It would plough straight into the heart of the Hive fleet and sacrifice itself by detonating its warp drives, subsequently creating a warp vortex and dragging itself and the entire Tyranid fleet into total oblivion.
Jesus.
Calgar's remaining forces rounded to return to Macragge and save the few.
Alright, so that's one way to do it. You kamikaze yourself into fucking oblivion. But here's your problem now. Does this happen a second time? Because the hive mind continuously learns. Which means in the moment that you do that, you're almost never going to be able to do that again. Because the Tyranids won't allow it again. Any of those Emperor-class ships, so every loss is critical. Crossover theory, the bug from Starship Troopers is a remnant from the Halo flood, which itself is the history of 40k. My sources is I made it the fuck up. I like it. But they can't build those ships anymore, lost forever. They should just build more, bro. Like, fuck. Just get to it. Snap, snap. Get more of those Emperor-class battleships.
If any Astartes forces that had managed to hold out in overwhelmed polar fortresses. Contact with the First Company veterans had now long been lost as the Tyranids overran the polar outpost, and Calgar, concerned by this, deployed the 3rd and 7th Companies by drop pod to the polar regions. As the Marines burst from their pod deployments, the scenes that met them were beyond belief. Hundreds of thousands of shredded and compounded Tyranid bodies lay piled as...
Dude, here's the thing. What they should do is they should make Belisarius Cawl the leader of the is it the Meccano class? Anyways, he should be the leader of all the people, right? And then Belisarius Cawl will be the one to build more of those Emperor class ships. The Mechanicus, yes, the Adeptus Mechanicus. They should make Belisarius Cawl the leader of the Adeptus Mechanicus. And then he will build all the ships we ever fucking need. We just need to trust him. He's the man.
Far as could be seen, and huge craters existed where plasma weapons and Titan reactors had gone critical, pocketing the surface of the land.
Metal Fan from Hell, I don't know if it will happen. So in this book, in the Dark Imperium, when Belisarius Cawl meets with Guilliman, he asks Guilliman to make him the leader of the Adeptus Mechanicus, and Guilliman says that will never happen. The Adeptus Mechanicus view you as a heretic. Like, the fact that you exist is only because we can't do without you, but they will never serve you. So I don't know if that'll actually happen, if I'm honest. But we're going to see another civil war. I mean, technically, the Farseers of Lyondon Craftworld chucked a chunk of High Fleet Kraken into the warp as well, but something caused them to be ejected in the future during Leviathan's invasion. The Eldar were forced to intervene to prevent the Kraken forces from being eaten by Leviathan's forces, lest they combine genetic stock and become unstoppable. I don't know what any of that means, though. Gilgamesh who? The Adeptus Mechanicus. Yeah, they do. The Adeptus Mechanicus do serve the machine god, but from what I understand, Belisarius Cawl does not. He does not believe in the Omnisire. Taking away relatively unnoticed. Abaddon, but the reason he wants to become the Fabricator General is because he believes that currently the Adeptus Mechanicus isn't firing on all cylinders. He believes that they should do more.
And linking up quickly with any surface survivors, they pushed down into the depths of the outposts, clearing any Xenos they encountered. The Third Company, though, on landing, successful as soon as they made planetfall. Many hundreds of Tyranids sprang from the dark outpost.
Wait, the stream's down again? Oh, for the love of fuck. Is it back up again? Please tell me it's back up again. Alright, we are back. Yeah, Kaki, of course. Power Pig, how you doing, brother? Yeah, guys, I don't know what the hell's wrong with the internet today, so we'll try and get as much done as humanly possible, because I genuinely don't know what the hell's going on with the internet today. It's not dropping completely. It's sort of going from, like, just these mini hiccups, and it doesn't seem like the hiccups are on my side at the moment. Like, my internet isn't going down at all. It's not dropping any frames. It's just dipping the whole fucking time. Ever Rotten, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the DJ Nation. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Far too kind, sir. Call Inferior is an AI made by Call, which is Omega Tech Heresy. Yeah, it's not... To be fair, though, the Call Inferior isn't quite an AI. It's kind of an AI, but it's like a bunch of servitor heads in jars that seems to all work together. Wait, is it Twitch? Is Twitch down again? Is it down again? No. We're still going. Okay. Been enjoying catching up on the reaction VODs. Dude, thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. Not now, but a couple of hours ago. Dude, it's constantly fucking up. I don't know what's going on. But all right, let's keep watching.
Entrances to engage them, but heavy fire from the Marines and Thunderhawk gunships overhead crushed them and drove them back into the darkness of the reinforced outposts. On entering the darkened corridors of the outpost as the 7th Company had done, the 3rd began to notice how walls and structural elements were dripping with mucus, and it seemed that in many places solid material appeared to be breaking down. They would lay down heavy flame units through the corridors to clear their advances, slowly progressing deeper into the bunkers. As the 3rd Company continued to burn their way into the darkness, every step crushing alien chitin and
Everrotten, thanks for the first time chat, dude. Really appreciate that. Big fan. Found you through Warhammer videos. I'm at work at the moment, so I thought I'd hop by. Thank you for keeping on with the amazing stuff and love the chat. Thank you very much for the sub, dude. I really appreciate it, and also for the first time chat. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying this, because I am loving this shit.
Acidic blood splashing everywhere. They slowly entered.
Oh, crap! Ladies and gentlemen, 5 new members of the DJ Nation. Appreciate you, fam. Can I get some hearts in chat? 5 of you degenerate assholes now have subs. I better see some hearts. If you want to fight Tyranids in the first-person view, you should play Space Hulk, Deathwing. I don't want to fight... What the fuck are you talking about in the first-person view? I'm not crazy. I don't want to fight anything from the Warhammer universe in first-person view. I don't have a death wish, you asshole. There's no way. I really appreciate the 5 community subs, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Breaking and get one. Sorry about that, bro. Next time, hopefully. So yeah, okay. Let's see. How are they melting shit down, by the way? Holy shit. Another 5 community subs? Everrotten, you motherfucker. Holy shit, boys. We've got 10 new degenerates right now. I really appreciate you, fam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now 10 people have a sub. If you missed it, you missed it. There's nothing we can do. I would fight naked Tau women in first person? Wait, don't the Tau people have vaginas in their face? They're the people with the giant slits, right? Where their noses are supposed to be. Everrotten, I really appreciate the 5 community subs, dude. Thank you so much for that. We don't know, but it looks like it, yes. So that's covered right here. All right, so that's why you guys like the Tau women, because they have vaginas in their faces. Most of the nerds wouldn't know what to do once they saw it. Dude, I think even nerds know what to do with a vagina if they saw one. Unless you're like a massive nerd, you'd probably have an idea. You'd have an inkling of an idea of what to do, right?
The deepest areas of the bunkered outposts in the polar region, and it was here that they would finally find the last remaining First Company veterans. A single circle of Space Marines in Terminator armor laying slumped back to back, having been savagely ended by the Xenos horrors. There were no First Company Ultramarines remaining. They had been killed to the last man.
All of them just fucking slaughtered.
After the nightmare that was the battle for their chapter world, they faced the huge task of rebuilding their chapter, notably the veteran First Company, which had been so brutally obliterated. This task would be bequeathed to Chaplain Cassius, who would request to Calgar that the new First Company veterans be drawn from the ranks of those who had survived the tyrannic assault, as only they could understand this threat and the consequences of a tyrannic war. These elite veterans make up the now reformed First Company of the Ultramarines. The battle for Macragge is a bittersweet victory for the Ultramarines, having been successful against such a horrific enemy, but also suffering such devastating losses.
Wait, that's terrible.
Back to work. Gonna watch you later at home.
Here we go with the double voice again.
Love you and love you, chat.
I don't know where the double voice comes from, but I really appreciate the 500 bits, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also thank you for the subs, dude. Really appreciate that. I don't know why an animal would evolve to have a vagina in their face, but this is just what it is. Dude, the Imperium's lives are so fucking sad, dude. Whenever you hear about an entire company being wiped out, you can't tell me you don't feel a little sad about it. Because it is just... we're fighting on so many fronts. And resources are stretched so thin. And yet, they just keep going. They just keep giving their lives, laying down their lives in order to save as many as humanly possible. It's fucking heroic.
The names of their fallen brothers are commemorated each year, and their sacrifices remembered throughout the Ultramar system. And so the Tyranids would not be seen for over 200 years, until without warning in 99...
Oh, nowhere, man. Don't even get me started, bro. In this entire book, the saddest bit of this book is the Varren story. The Guardsmen. The ones who are completely outgunned, outmatched at every fucking point and at every turn, and yet they never give up. In Space Marine, that I'm playing now for the first time ever, again, the Guardsmen are screaming whenever you walk past them, wanting your help, because they're facing orcs that just does not stop coming. They're facing demons or chaos marines and chaos demons that just does not stop coming, and yet they never shirk their duties. They're just always there, Yes, they know they're gonna die. They're not even given armor or anything like that. They're basically just put in the field. Good luck to you. We'll see you on the other side. It is fucking heartbreaking. Yeah, they just stand there. This is what we do. We die so that others may live. That's it.
In 3 of Millennium 41, a new invasion fleet would appear. Hive Fleet Kraken, which would now engage with simultaneous attacks on planets throughout the system. Eventually, this assault would also be repelled, but the Tyranids would again be detected by Inquisitor Kryptman in 997 of Millennium 41, only 4 years later. Kryptman was able, by burning out Astropaths, to discern this new fleet Leviathan's intended course of attack through its targeted system. But despite some initial defensive successes, Kryptman would order the act of exterminatus on the world of Cordelis, the next planet in the Tyranids' path, so as to reduce their ability to increase their biomass.
Alright,
despite Imperial Navy objections, Kryptman would succeed in carrying out his exterminatus to the planet and its population with virus bombs. This catastrophic level of civilian deaths and his lies to the Ultramarines would enrage them and other Imperial forces. Worse would be to come though when Kryptman would order the single largest self-inflicted atrocity in Imperial history, when he would order a system-wide scorched earth tactic by using exterminatus on every planet within the reach of Hive Fleet Leviathan.
Yeah, this is the guy that had the plan of getting all of the orcs and all of the Nids in one place and then just exterminatusing the entire fucking thing, and then got stopped. Was map, but you should see the Nid map and the orc map to see how fucked the galaxy is. Show it to me?
So as to effectively starve them of biomatter. He would later, due to these actions, be denounced as a traitor to the Imperium and carta externis by his fellow Inquisitors. but Krypton still held loyal allies within the Astartes
Clanrat,
Death
thanks for the
Watch,
follow, dude.
and
Really
the final
appreciate that.
fate of Hive Fleet Leviathan was far from over. The Tyranids and their ongoing tyrannic wars would change the Imperium forever, but there are many who believe that their invasions of the galaxy have only just begun. Further examination of Imperial records after the Tyrannic Wars had begun revealed disturbing facts. Facts that suggest the Tyranids had been around for a much longer period of time, and that predatory creatures like the Katashan Devil and Fenrisian Kraken are actually ancient descendants of Tyranid hive fleets, perhaps long since abandoned or forgotten by the Hive. Records of the Ordo Xenos of the Inquisition have suggested Tyranid contact as far back as Millennium 35. Bioships of Tyranid configuration were also discovered on an ice planet after Imperial Guard was sent to deal with an orc threat there. Tyranids would burst out attacking the guardsmen sent, but they could not understand how this was possible, as no Tyranid ships were in orbit of the planet. Eventually they realised that as long ago as 7,000 years, a full Tyranid hive ship had crashed into the planet and remained dormant ever since. The prospect of it reanimating and sending out psychic distress calls is something that they could not allow to happen. Eventually the Imperial forces are able to destroy the hive ship by enabling massive volcanic eruptions which consume and destroy the trapped ship and all its horrific inhabitants. But these events suggested that the Tyranids had been present even earlier than Millennium 45, perhaps anything longer than even 1,000 years prior, and it also penetrated further into Imperial space than was previously thought. The prospect of other deliberately hidden or preemptively placed hive ships was a greatly concerning realization. But it's also possible that these earlier fleets were defeated and repelled by another race like the Eldar. The Tyranids are one of the most severe threats to not just the Imperium, but the entire galaxy, and even though they have wrought terrible destruction through the first fleets that have appeared, a much worse possibility exists, that so far the Tyranid hive fleets are just initial tendrils. They are really scouting parties of a much larger and exponentially more dangerous main fleet, as yet unseen, still travelling through the void toward the Milky Way galaxy.
We cannot live through this. Mankind cannot live through this. In a single day, they have covered the surface of this planet with a flood of living blades and needle-fanged mouths. Jesus. Dude. Holy crap. This is a little scary. The Tyranids is a little scary. Oh! No, but Chaos wouldn't be able to win, Pringles. Chaos can do nothing against the Tyranids. Because Chaos requires the ability to control. The Tyranids can't be controlled. So, in the face of Tyranids, Chaos Gods are completely helpless. There's also a misconception of Nids only devours bioforms. That's a no-no. They devour and use everything from biological to metals. Shit. Shadow in the Warp also is an issue for Chaos. You'd like playing Deathwing 40k game? Dark Angel Terminators fighting Gene Stealers on a Space Hulk to stop them getting Gene Seed and evolving using Astartes genetics. Watch the Gene Seed Cults video from Newton as well. It shows true horror. I don't know what video that is, though. Okay, let me just see that theoretical image. Hold up. You sent in a media law, right? You think this is the... You think this is the actual, like, hive ship or the hive fleet? The one that's yet to come? Internet's fucking hicking up again. You see, the thing that throws that theory a little bit, in my opinion, is the fact that they've been here since before we even knew that they've been here. So, in my mind, those earlier ships that we discovered, the dormant ones on the planets and, you know, sort of the remnants of ships and things, those may have been the scouts. And these ships are now the proper, like, the proper ones, right? Emotionally intelligent beings, and there's no such beings left, then Chaos got nothing. So, if the Tyranid fleet hasn't arrived yet, and it does finally arrive, I can see a world in where Chaos even tries to align itself with the mortal races of Warhammer, where even the Chaos gods will reach out and be like, maybe let's stop fighting each other for a bit. Let's take care of these Tyranid bastards, and then we can get back to fighting each other. Like, that would be a unifying moment for everyone. Because everyone has to be afraid of the Neds, I think. Where did you send it? Scottsburg? The Death Walls, after Tyranids leave, doesn't have any inkling of structure or anything other than bare rocks. No water, no underground resources, nothing. So they consume every bit of resource on the planet except for rocks, effectively. Scottsburg, I'm not getting a DM. Oh, message request. Oh, here we go. All right, I've gotcha. The Greenskin expansion. So these green worlds or green areas are all places where the orcs are currently. And this is the Nerd expansion. Dude, the Imperium is fucked. Just look at this. So you have Nerds all around the outskirts. Say, Webs, how you doing, brother? Who do I think would win? Tyranids or orcs? Tyranids, dude. After watching this video, I don't see how the orcs stand a chance against the Tyranids. Because the Tyranids just do not fucking stop. They seem to be unnumbered. And I'm not talking about the unnumbered suns. I'm talking about they just don't seem to have ever, like, they don't seem to have an end. Sheer weight of numbers. But it's not just numbers. They're also intelligent. They're not dumb. So in this Luton video, for example, they point out that in the beginning, when the Tyranids first attacked, the Tyranids were completely chaotic. They would just throw themselves at the human defenses, at the Imperium defenses, you know, in a very chaotic, sort of random way. But then eventually, they formed a Swarm Lord. And as soon as the Swarm Lord came, their attacks became very calculated. Like, suddenly there was strategy, and there was a strategic plan behind things, which is kind of fucking crazy. It's foretold to fall to both the Nerds and Orcs. They're purely instinct-based, but there's some controllers who are more intelligent. Key is to take out the brain one, and the rest are easily mopped up. I asked about that during the Octarius War video that we watched, and people said it's not that easy to take out one of the Brain Lords because all of the big Tyranids seem to have access to this sort of hive mind. All of the big ones have access to the hive mind. Obviously, I'm not sure because I don't know. Turners make the Zerg look like they have a low birth rate. True. Very fucking true. Oh shit, this is the Hal Scream movie that you guys wanted me to watch. I don't think we'll have time today, plus the internet is way too fucking wonky to watch that. You also know that entire Tyranid population in our galaxy is actually only one scouting tendril from a much larger body. I heard that that's one of the theories. Although, if that is true, then humanity truly is fucked. If this is only a scouting party and the real one is yet to sort of show up, humanity's done. Like, how is humanity going to survive any of this shit? Humanity can't survive. Not like this. They either find or use an intact HTC and regain Golden Age tech, or open the vault on Mars. Either way, they have to stop seeing tech as heresy. Wait, there's a vault on Mars that isn't open yet? What vault is this? No, do not turn to chaos for salvation. What the fuck are you talking about? No, I will not turn to chaos, dude. After hearing the incredible things that happen to people that follow Nurgle, I'm sorry, but no. There's just no way that I would ever do that. So the same case with the Skrin, just scouts and miners, not the actual battle fleet. The Imperial Palace on Terra has so much Dark Age shit just locked away by Big E. Vault of Archivon, you know, for loot after Wintergrasp. There is a Blood Angel character, which basically kamikazed a Tyranid fleet. Wow. It's got Chaos Tech. The Imps himself sealed it. Shit. But okay, wait. They can't use that. Because definitely can't use Chaos Tech. Because that is a sure way to fall. No? Kamikaze? Kamahamia? I don't know what the hell that means. AI tainted by chaos. The Dark Mechanicum swore to Horus as he promised to open that vault on Mars. Jesus. Savvy, what's up? Getting everything alive and fighting constantly. Yeah, the problem for chaos, though, is if the Tyranids won. So if the Tyranids managed to consume the entire galaxy, nothing would be alive. No, I don't know what a Kamihamia is. Like, who the fuck would know such things? Fennec, how you doing, brother? Oh, I've never watched Dragon Ball Z. So that shit's lost on me. I've never watched a single episode even of Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, I've never watched Dragon Ball Z. I'm not a weeb, guys. I don't watch weeaboo shit. I don't watch anime. It's not my thing. I've only watched 2 animes in my time so far, and that was Arcane and Edge Runners. I might be a weeb because I like Final Fantasy 14, but I don't like anime. CCS, how you doing, bro? I just don't like animation. It's not just anime, it's animation. Any animation. I don't watch animation films or anything like that. I find it mostly boring. The Tyranids. I think one of the videos that was one of the suggested videos. I'm not on a roll for anything. I watch what is on the I watch what's on the list. That's it. Whatever you guys suggest on the list, that's what I watch. I'm trying to stay away from videos that are too long because God knows when my internet goes. So I'm trying to get the shorter videos. See, like this one we can't watch. That's an hour and 44 minutes. That's not going to work. Until my internet is fucking fixed. Yeah. Anime is an umbrella. You need the specific genre of anime. Manson, thanks for the first time chat, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So basically anything that's animated. If it's not animated from a game, I don't want to watch it. I don't find animation good. I don't have the same, what do you call it? So I find it very difficult to form any sort of relationship with animation characters. It's very difficult for me. Yeah, sure, Kaki. All right, so just to, Jake, to answer your question, because you had a question for me during the video that I want to answer. So, yes and no. Right now, I can't tell you whether or not you should play Dragonflight, because I don't know, because I've not played it yet. Based on everything that I'm seeing from Blizzard and based on everything that I know about Dragonflight, I think Dragonflight is going to be very good. But I don't want to tell you that it's going to be good and you should buy it, because it might not be. We haven't seen enough of Dragonflight. I've not been able to play it at launch to tell you, yes, this is brilliant, absolutely get it, or no, don't even waste your fucking money. So I can't, it's not really a question that I feel comfortable answering, just because I don't want to be the guy to tell people, hey, you should absolutely get Dragonflight, and then Dragonflight turns out to be basically just another Shadowlands or a BFA fiasco, because then I've wasted your money. So give me some time. Let me actually play Dragonflight. If you don't want to pre-purchase and you don't want to purchase until you know, I promise that a couple of days after Dragonflight, I will make a video telling people whether or not they should buy it based on my experiences. But I first want to experience the game and make sure that I know if it's good or not. Lots of hype in terms of lore. Yeah, I really enjoyed the Legacy thing. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I want to get Darktide too. Growfall, how you doing, brother? I want to get I want to get Darktide too, but I obviously do want to play World of Warcraft. I think Dragonflight is going to be fucking good. So, why not, you know? All right, so the next video is Jakate Khan. I don't think I'm pronouncing that correctly. White Scars, featuring Courtesy Coomber. Who the hell is this? 2 hours? 2 hours and 30 fucking minutes. Is that necessary? Like, do you need a video that long? That is a very, very long video. Yeah, I can't commit to videos that long at the moment. And I fucking wish I could, believe me. I wish I could. The issue is just my internet right now is really not fucking trustworthy. And I don't want to be in the middle of a long video like this and then the internet goes down again and then basically fucked. Some Xenos videos, there's plenty on your Reddit now. You just want me to watch Tau bullshit, Growfile. That's all you want, right? You just want some fucking Tau bullshit. Well, it's called deep? Yeah, but that's very deep, dude. A YouTube video, 2.5 hours long. Dude, that's not just a little deep. That is very fucking deep. Most videos like that don't make it. Like, you don't just make a 2.5 hour video and expect people to actually watch. Because watch time is so fucking important on YouTube. If you're gonna put out a 2.5 hour video, most people are probably gonna watch like half an hour of that. That hurts a video so much in terms of discovery. So you have to be very good. Very fucking good. I put out the question. It's lost in ocean chat. Shit. All right, let me see, Kaki. What was your question? Dude, I'm not even fucking... Can I ask my question now? You sure you asked your question? Here we go. No. Kaki, I don't think you asked your question, dude. I'm looking through it here, and I'm not seeing your question at all. I scrolled past it. Oh, here we go. It's the long one. Sorry. I was literally just looking at the names, not paying attention to the actual message. All right, here we go. Now that we know for a fact that Titans are lying fucks, do you think that could completely change Sargeras' lore? We know at one point he even saw Azeroth and was amazed at what he saw. Do you think he could have tried to save her all along? So, yes, that's my basic takeaway from this, is that the Titans are lying assholes, but there's still people that is saying that no, the Titans didn't actually lie to us. The Titans more so just hid things from us. So it's not so much lies as it is just hiding the truth, because they weren't sure how we were going to react to the truth and whatnot. So I believe that the Titans lied. Some people don't. So that's the first point of contention. I would say, as for the Sargeras stuff, I've always questioned the Sargeras bets. I've never believed that Sargeras is actually a bad guy. I've always said that the Titans are lying to us when it comes to Sargeras, because nothing lines up. We hear all these stories about who Sargeras was and what Sargeras was, but none of it lines up. The Titans save Sargeras. They don't kill him. They bring him back to the Pantheon. They call it a crusade. Brother, your crusade is over. And Sargeras doesn't dare slice at the planet, trying to cut the planet in half. He stabs his sword into the planet and then leaves it. I mean, there's so many weird things about the story of Sargeras. It's also heavily implied that he somehow served Zuval, but that's also not true if you look about the actual lore of Sargeras. It's not, I don't think he served Zuval. So the story of Sargeras in general is one that I think we've been lied about for a long time. That's my personal opinion on it. But come with any quests or stories? No. Grofile. So the pre-patch is launching in 2 phases. Phase 1, the one that you got today, is all the new talents and things like that. So people can sort of get used to it in the new UI and all that crap. And then in 2 weeks from now, or actually almost 3 weeks from now, is when the pre-patch event starts. So this is where you'll likely get some quests and stuff. Titans are good or bad? Okay, so the good and bad thing needs to be put to rest right now. I'm going to make a video on this because I hear it so often and I need to speak about that at some point in a lot of depth. There's just this misconception within World of Warcraft that we're talking about good versus evil, and that's, X group is good, Y group is evil. But that's not really, from my point of view, what World of Warcraft was ever set up to be. It's not what the original writing was about, and it seems like that's not really the writing as it goes now. These aren't good or bad creatures. The Void isn't good or bad. The Light isn't good or bad. Order isn't good or bad. Titans aren't good or bad. They're just Titans. They do their own things. They have their own goals. They have their own things that they wish to achieve. And if we align with the things that they wish to achieve, we're friends. If we don't align with the things that they wish to achieve, we're enemies. That's it. You're talking about gods, right? You're talking about god-level creatures. To them, we're ants. We don't matter. So, if they can use us, Iceberg, thanks so much for following, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. If they can use us in order to further their own goals, peachy. You know, it's all good. Let's go, boys. We like you. We love you. You know, group hug. If they don't like us, it's pew pew time. They'll kill us. It's as simple as that, because to them, we do not matter. We're just a nuisance for the most part. So I dislike this good versus evil narrative, because the good versus evil narrative almost inherently place people in sort of a group. And this happens quite often, where people, whenever I say anything negative about the light, there's people in my chat going, oh my God, can you just stop trying to make the light evil? It's like, dude, I'm not making the light evil. I'm literally telling you the light doesn't give a fuck about you. That's different to being evil. Because evil is about intent, right? Now, actually, in my opinion, there's two perspectives on evil. There's the perspective of what is being done to me, and then there's the perspective of what is being done. Okay, so in the perspective of what is being done, one has to be very cognizant of one's actions and how those actions will affect those of some level of import. So, for example, a serial killer that is murdering people is evil, because the serial killer knows that they are murdering people and yet goes on and does it, doesn't really care. That is evil. But a god, right, killing people with a famine, it's not evil. It's just the god bringing on a famine because the people didn't worship him. It's not the same level of things. Now, we could say as humans, from our perspective, this famine is evil because of how it makes us feel, right? This is an evil thing that is happening to us. But it's not really evil insofar as the guy that's doing it, right? Serial killer that kills pedophiles, let him go. Give him a gun. Help him out. You know, give him some intel or some shit. Like, no, yeah, if you want to kill pedos, that's probably fine. For a very short video, you could react to the Warhammer 40k 9th edition cinematic trailer. Oh. Wait, really? Oh, shit. All right, let's see this. You said it's the Warhammer 40k 9th edition. Ninth edition trailer. Here we go. Wow. Which one? Do we watch the remastered 8K one or the new edition cinematic trailer? The first video. I want to watch that 8K one too, by the way.
In the darkness between the stars, the weak and the faithless find no deliverance.
Fuck! Imperial Guard, no!
We are raised to believe that the God Emperor watches over us all. And so we are charged to cleanse the mutant, the heretic, the alien.
Dude, this is cool as shit.
We must not falter. We are his sword.
Fuck the
We
Necrons.
are his wrath. Even in the face of death, we shall not submit.
Is that a battle sister?
Suffering is our prayer. Faith is our armor. In battle, he offers us redemption.
Hold the fucking phone. What? Wait, she just healed her hand from a Necron blast? Dude, how the fuck did she do that? Like, dude, is this faith real? Because that's some fucking uber healing. You think that is the Emperor? Okay, fuck. Anyone that thinks the Emperor isn't a god is fucking high. Like, the guy literally healed a Necron blast.
And for those who prove worthy, the Emperor sends forth his angels.
These angels, bro.
Our Imperium is besieged. Across 1,000 worlds, we fight for our survival. Those that would tear humanity down are legion. Our forces
This
are
is so
few.
cool, bro.
Our enemies, many. There is no respite. There is no mercy. And in our darkest hour, a spiteful universe awakens forgotten evils to break us.
Get wrecked, son.
The galaxy burns.
Oh,
Yet
shit.
still we stand, the last bulwark against the terror. And while we draw breath, we will fight. For in this new dark age,
Whoa.
there is only war.
Dude, I love this. Just take a look at this last bit, right? This giant fucking Necron walks out. Everyone else would piss themselves, right? I would literally start shitting myself at that point. But just look at the fucking Battle Sister and the Angel. Just sort of going, here we go. This is what I'm here for. Fuck.
For in this new dark age, there is only
Let's go,
war.
bro. I'm ready. Oh my god, dude. Now this is what a cinematic should look like. This is the 8K. Why didn't we watch the 8K one? What the fuck? But now I want to watch more. Cinematic trailers collection. Huh. That's no giant Necron. That's medium sized. Wait, they have even larger ones? So, what other cinematics are we watching? You want to rewatch the Horus Heresy trailer? All right. I like these trailers, so why not? And also, fuck Horus.
I never wanted this. I never wanted to unleash my legions. Together we banished the ignorance of old night. But you betrayed me. You betrayed us all. You stole power from the gods and lied to your sons. Mankind has only one chance to prosper. If you will not seize it, then I will. So let it be war.
Man, if Horus could only see what he wrought, if Horus wasn't such a fucking child, this would never have fucking happened. Oh my god. It's a bit off topic, but did you see the Total War Warhammer trailers? Some are top tier. I think I've watched most of them, or some of them at least, for Warhammer.
From the skies of terror to the galactic rim.
I love his voice actor, by the way. His voice actor is fucking boss.
Let the seas boil. Let the stars fall. Though it takes the last drop of my blood, I will see the galaxy freed once more. And if I cannot save it from your failure, Father, then let the galaxy burn.
Wait, you hate his voice is so Horus. This is exactly what I imagined Horus would sound like. What were you imagining, Arthurs? Oh my god, guys, yes, let the galaxy burn. Oh my god. If I cannot save it, Father. Like, what the fuck do you imagine his voice would look? It's fucking brilliant, bro. It's like so evil. It's so fucking cool. Yeah, I think it works for him. It's a bit more regal. Too gruff, I imagine more charismatic, not so gravely voiced. Dude, this is exactly what I imagine Horus sounds like. It's a galaxy bird, you big filly. Exactly, right? Like a proper one. It's so venomous and I love it. That is exactly. It's like if you heard that voice, let's say you're in a dark room, right? You can't see the walls, you can't see the edges of the room, and you hear that voice, and you see those, like, just the light of his face, like in the corner, you'd shit yourself. That will be the moment where you go, well, fuck me. I'm just gonna like clock out here. You know, I'm not gonna do this anymore. And that's perfect. That's exactly who Horus needs to be. Should have an Aussie accent. There's actually a Space Marine that has an Aussie accent in Space Marine, the one that I'm playing now. It was Ruby Arma 3 game vids with Warhammer 40k mods. Stole power from the gods, you freaking dickhead. You fucking dickhead. That's a good defense mechanism. This shit smell will scare him away. Would it though? He's a Chaos Marine. I'm assuming it smells like shit wherever he is. The Arma 3 Warhammer 40k mod is great. Wait, what? Arma 3... Imperial God Fight for a Dying World, Arma 3, Warhammer 40k.
Howdy! As many of you are aware, the missions I partake in are not necessarily the safest things in the world, and after my prolonged exposure to them, I formed a rather peculiar method to rate how dangerous they are. That said method is to simply count how many times this particular thought enters my head.
I am going to die right now.
Now, I'll be the first to admit I really can't recall the last time I didn't think that at least once during our events, but for this one I'm about to show you, I don't think there was a single moment where I wasn't thinking how I was going to meet my terrible grisly end. Which, everything considered, is a credit to the mission maker in capturing the impossible odds facing the poor Imperial Guard in the 40k universe. On top of that, he made an entire map for this mission, which is now public and linked in the description if you're interested.
Cadia still
I
stands,
won't hold you guys
boys.
any longer, so I hope you enjoy this absolutely world-ending 40k Warhammer mission, and I will see you around.
Alright, let's see this.
I love this. Shut up, Tails. Hey, are these the artillery guys?
Yeah.
Don't doom us.
We would never.
Okay, just checking. Why are you so bulbous?
I've increased in size dramatically.
Dude, being an Imperial Guardsman must be so fucking whack.
Holy shit! Get down!
We're at the church. Just hold it to...
The last church!
He was our priest for the day. Oh my god.
Look, Sleepus.
Holy shit.
Squad to the center point. Get your squad moving too.
Are you okay?
He dead, bro.
Hello. Holy shit, did you see that? Oh my god, Cypher, you're just gliding. What's your favorite dish at Golden Corral?
Get your fucking pauldron out of my face.
I'm so bold. Sorry.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ! Hold on!
Dude, this is a mess.
My organs!
Who are they fighting?
This is hell! Crawl to cover! Oh! Shit!
How'd that mission go for you guys? You guys okay?
Yeah, we're doing fine! We got orcs coming in from our southwest! Holy!
I haven't seen any orcs yet. I just see fucking bullets.
Oh my god, Scorch!
Shit, another guy's
You
dead.
okay?
Did it? Holy shit.
Okay, there's bullets coming from everywhere! Are you stuck like that? Okay.
Braxton, man, I'll let you know when the area is clear. For the moment, the area is absolutely not clear.
Yeah, you can say that again.
I'll first
Shit.
special shit you needed.
Oh my god! Change!
Yes,
The Gargant is marked on map.
Fucking hell, this looks cool. It looks fun to play this. You know,
If I fall,
you know what game should get a Warhammer mod? I don't know where the fucking orcs are, but everyone seems to be dying. Company of Heroes. I've been watching my brother play Company of Heroes 2, and it looks so good. Imagine if Company of Heroes was like a proper Warhammer 40k fucking game and map and everything. That could be awesome as fuck.
remember me.
I will pick you up.
Holy god! Go! Go, Cypher!
Yeah, Outpost 2, you need to come pick
Holy
up
shit!
ammo crate,
Why
okay?
I'm running.
Oh, I feel so inspired. You're doing it.
In the grim darkness.
But the resupply is...
Shit.
I'll wake you up.
Hey,
Oh, you just punched me.
Healing punch.
You punched me right in the fucking Adam's apple, dude.
Should we get back
Ready
to
to start? Yeah.
No.
Where do you have pilots? Ready to drop?
Everything's blowing up.
Tasking. What needs to be done? I see you.
Let's go. Holy shit.
Witness the Emperor's light, heretic.
Oh, what the fuck?
Jesus.
By what means, Dark Wizard? All I see is tracers.
This is Jinx too. It has...
Get to the pillbox.
Yeah, those are the ones.
It's like No Man's Land shouldn't have any men in it.
Minor, I would say I don't know what Dawn of War 3 is, right? Dawn of War 1 isn't that at all. Dawn of War 1 is like when you play Dawn of War 1, it's basically Warcraft but in the Warhammer. It's a fucking great game. Don't get me wrong. I'm really enjoying it, but it's definitely not Company of Heroes. It's running on the same engine as Company of Heroes 1. So maybe that could be a bit more like Company of Heroes. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh! That artillery shell just killed him!
Out. Look around the casino, I believe.
Stop giving him healing punches! This Scorch has like slowly been sinking in the mud for the past like 10 minutes and no one's helped him. What was that? What the fuck was that?
With the 37 keys of Zinch, we open the way for our brothers. With the 1,000 whispers of Slanesh, we call to them.
I don't like this.
Of Nerve, we fell their enemies. With
Got
the mighty
bugs.
axe of corn, we cut open the world for them.
Guys, there's something terrible coming towards you. Oh, wait!
What
Good
the
lord!
fuck?
Big boy!
Bullseye.
Try to get
Holy shit!
What?
Oh, okay.
We're confirming.
Get in the pillbox! Get in!
Alright, AP rockets are here. AP rockets are here. I'm dropping them down. I'm dropping them down.
Dude, how do you stop something like that? That thing doesn't seem to give a fuck.
Alright, bye guys.
Literally walking through the trench line, executing people.
Cypher is one-on-oneing the knight.
Oh shit. Wow, that angel really wanted to 1v1 that fucking Titan.
We did it!
Get it!
Evans, how you doing, brother?
Our knight's taken out!
Oh!
Jesus.
I just saw the right flank sacrifice all themselves to kill it. Oh my god! Look how much blood! How is that even in one person? Oh my god! Look at Saber's body!
Jesus. Oh, that's not a Titan? So a Titan is even bigger than that.
JJ don't have any medical supplies. I hear a shatter. Oh! Go right.
Looks like one of our
Go!
back
Go left. Go left.
Go ahead and investigate that now.
It does seem like a really awesome mod.
If you're running or like any of the Valkyries, the resupply or like the box of ammo.
You guys need a big boy to kill that.
No.
It's literally rampaging through your boys right now.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
I can't hear you. What?
That guy is having the time of
running
his
towards
fucking
us.
life, dude.
Ooh god.
I'm sorry, that Space Marine is having the time of his life in this game. Like, just running around fucking yelling shit about the Imperium. I've seen almost all of his 40k mod vids. It's fucking awesome.
Holy shit. Oh god.
How's it looking?
Anyways. Yeah, no, I'll... Trying to coach it.
Dude, this would give me a fucking headache after a while.
The Bosnian Knight! Holy shit! I'll switch in that knight in case it goes rogue after it wins. Oh! The Bosnian Knight's dead! Oh my god!
Their knight sucks.
Jage is dead! Wait, it's going down!
I need to have it. We're
I got it.
Come in here for a hug, man.
Friendly melee. Oh, holy shit, you scared the shit.
We did it.
Oh.
Wow. I do have to say, that looks like so much fun with your friends, dude. If you've got like a bunch of friends, just jumping into that mod would be awesome. Coming out of Alaskan? I don't know how much control people with mods have in this game. That's probably why. Jay Raven, holy shit. 20 months in a row, part of the DJ Nation. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Holy shit, catching a live stream one day after complaining I haven't. Jay Raven, I apologize. My internet's been all over the fucking place, so it makes life very, very difficult. But I'm trying my absolute best If it's not the internet, it's the power. So you guys just have to be online whenever you can, right? So whenever you see me online, just come say hello, because I don't know how long I'm going to be online for. Because if it's not the power that's going out, it's the fucking internet that goes out. It's always something that happens. There's also an amazing Space Hulk Deathwing video from the Russian Badger called Heavy Flamer Heresy. Flunderoinkies, how you doing? I mean, the power is not again, it's still. So we're currently in stage 4 load shedding. Or stage 3 load shedding, I think. But it's stage 4 in the evening. So from 4 o'clock, stage 4 takes over. We're currently in stage 3. I have not seen the Hal Reach movies, no. It is on the list of things to watch as soon as my internet sorts itself out. But that'll happen end of next month. So, end of next month, I'm moving from where I live now to a new house with new internet. So, and I'm getting a new router and everything. So, from hopefully next month, we should be good. And then I still have a few months that I have to save up for. But hopefully I'll be able to get solar. Also, within the next, say, 4 or 5 months, I should be able to get solar. And that should put the internet or the power problems on its head as well. So I don't have to worry about power. And hopefully then I don't have to worry about fucking internet. So then we should be able to work whenever the fuck we need to work, rather than having to adapt the whole time to stream schedules and shit. That makes zero sense. Yeah, I'm still in Cape Town. It's literally just one town over. Well, one suburb over. Because right now I'm in one suburb of Cape Town, and I'm just moving to the one suburb over. Closer to the mountain. And basically, I'm literally going to live next to the mountain. Special, where you watch Hal Reach. Hopefully, yeah. Fucking hopefully. Happening in many US states soon. People aren't ready for it. I don't know if it will. Does America in general have problem with electricity? I had in mind the ones from Warhammer 40k Squad Command. Then this one, just don't remember which. Anyway, you asked us to watch cinematics to watch. I had in mind the ones from Warhammer 40k Squad Command. I don't really mind. I'll watch anything and fucking everything, dude. I like watching shit. That's usually what I do anyways. Inside South Africa's rapid and tragic decline. Fuck. What's going on now? This was yesterday. Who's this guy? Dr. Pieter Groenewald. Sorry, I just want to see what this is about.
It has been found that about 63% of counselors, and I say counselors, are not properly trained in mathematics. They don't understand, for instance, financial statements. They don't understand mathematics.
What else?
Now, that's a huge problem. I would say you refer to legal qualifications. I would say we also have to look at financial qualifications in that sense there, because it's about the finances. It's about the taxpayers' money.
Who gives a fuck about the taxpayers' money? I live in South Africa, bro. My money goes to the government so they can waste it on whatever. Sorry, I just wanted to check what that was about. Ray Lenore is great. And you're still looking to buy a house? Yeah, but I wouldn't be... I'll probably buy... So I have to do a couple of things before I can buy a house. For one, I have to change the way my finances work. Because right now, I'm basically I'm self-employed. And buying a house in South Africa as a self-employed person is nigh impossible. It's very fucking hard to get a loan as a self-employed person. So I first have to start a company, incorporate my YouTube and my Twitch and everything into this company, and then the company can buy the house. right? Or I have to be a salary, like I have to get a salary from this company, and then so I have to change a couple of things around before I'll buy my own property. But I do still want to buy a house at some point, yeah. Love to watch the amount of Gmod animations, Darkest Dungeon, Darkwood, let's plays I've seen. Octarius World, it's newer shit that's happening in the galaxy. But it's like, shit, we have the Octarius War too. The end of the Imperium. What? How long is this video? Fuck! It's also too long. Motherfucker. Why is all of the good videos so long? Nowhere, man, I can't. Like, especially not right now. My power's going out soon. Well, I say soon, in about an hour. So, I definitely can't watch that. Newton is incapable of making anything short. I like that in general. I fucking hate the fact that my power is going out. If it wasn't for that, I would absolutely watch all the long videos. But I only have X amount of time with you guys before my power goes out. So, like, the last thing we need right now is watching a video and then, like, halfway through the video, power goes out. And it's like, okay, never mind. We'll watch this later, I guess. Who is Cypher? All right, I found a video for us to watch. Who is Cypher? I don't know. Let's see.
G'day, guys and gal. Warhammer
Good day.
40k's chockers with mysteries and secrets. Some have eventually been answered, some have been partially revealed, and others remain a head scratcher. Nothing in 40k, and I mean nothing, is more mysterious than the fallen angel Cypher, a legendary warrior that's almost impossible to catch with extremely difficult to discern motives.
Fallen
One moment
angel.
he's trolling some dark angels, and then the next he's saving the Imperium. Dude makes the Alpha Legion look like Ultramarines. It's hard to keep up with this guy, but I'll do my best because that's my fucking job. Before we get started, Warhammer fans aren't exactly runway models, but that doesn't mean we have to be ugly. Skincare is a huge part of looking good. It reduces redness, puffiness, acne, dark circles under the eyes, and wrinkles. The big issue though with us blokes is that we don't know where to start, what to use, or how to use it. That's where geology comes in. Geology realizes that men, especially Warhammer men, are useless with this kind of shit, so it makes it easy as hell. You just fill out a quick survey about your skin, then bam! A custom regime is sent to your door with instructions on how to use it. I used to blow hundreds of dollars a month going to those bougie skincare brands, but now I'm paying a fraction of that with much better results. I'm not kidding, this stuff works. Just look at what Magnet Man—
Alright, can I just be honest with you? I don't do any of this shit. I wash my face every day with normal fucking soap. The exact same soap that I used to wash my body with. That's it. I don't do any of this crap. I don't even wash my hair. I just don't. Like, why the fuck would you do? I don't give a shit about this. I'm a guy. I'm not supposed to, like, look special. I'm just supposed to fucking at least not look terrible. And I barely manage that. So I don't see why the hell I would ever fucking... I wouldn't waste my time on this. The amount of time that girls spend on products, I would fucking kill myself. And this is baseline, works pretty well. Yeah, I just need to be fucking clean. If you told me, no, you have to wash your fucking face every day twice with like a special soap and then you have to apply some conditioner and bullshit, I would lose interest within 2 days. I'd be like, yeah, this is a lot of work. I'm not going to do that crap. I don't use creams and I'm a woman. I don't have much hair to wash though. Even when I had longer hair, I've stopped washing my hair about... Actually, yeah, it's about, what, 10 months now? I've completely stopped using any shampoo in my hair. I rinse my hair really well, but I do not wash it. And there's a reason for it. I have always had a massive fucking problem with oily hair. It's incredible. My hair would always be oily. And then someone told me, dude, just stop using fucking shampoo. That shit's destroying your hair. And I did, and it went away. No oily hair, no fucking problem, just fucking perfect. Shampoo is so bad for your hair. That's why the shampoo companies came up with conditioner, because they use the shampoo to strip all of the natural oils, and then the conditioner to try and fucking put all of that shit back again. And if you're like me, when all the oil is out of your hair, your skin starts creating excess oil because it's trying to fucking put back what should be there in the first place. So yeah, your hair is fine if you don't fucking wash it. And I'll tell you another thing. I went to the hairdresser, obviously just to cut my hair. And she's busy cutting my hair, cutting my beard. And she's like, oh my God, what products do you use? I'm like, why? And she's like, no, your hair and your beard, it's so soft. Your beard feels like normal hair. And it does actually. It feels like normal hair that you would get here. I'm like, no, I don't use any products. I just rinse it. That's it. She's like, wait, really? I'm like, yeah, I just rinse my hair and my beard. She's like, no way. So yeah, fuck shampoo, bro.
Had to say. I agree, I get bad dark circles and this genuinely clears it up. So to get in on the clean, sexy skin fun and save up to 50% off your first package, which comes with 5 items, then use my link below. And if you're really into it, then feel free to join the Geology Discord, where they host giveaways and give further skincare tips. Cheers to Geology for sponsoring this video. Today we'll go over the mystery of Cypher, trying to determine his identity and motives through looking at his various actions and interactions with the other characters. Let's get into it. The modern day Cypher is an alleged OG member of the Dark Angels, a legion known for its secrecy to an extreme degree, like stupidly secret. The only other legion that can top them in mystery is the Alpha Legion, but that's mostly because even the Alpha Legion don't know what the fuck they are doing or who they're fighting half the time. Cypher is the mystery in a mysterious legion. It doesn't help that Cypher isn't even his real name, but an alias that he got when he was chosen as the designated mysterious dude. As such, he really almost could be anyone. However, I have some strong contenders that I'll discuss later in this video. A lot of the Dark Angels mystery actually comes from their shame. See, when Luther was banished back to the Dark Angels homeworld of Caliban for almost letting the Lion get nuked, he got bitter and kind of fell to chaos, bringing thousands of Dark Angels along with him. He didn't tell them it was chaos though. He told them instead that the Lion had betrayed the Emperor, hence the Dark Angels under his command thought they were the Loyalists and were mostly free of chaotic taint. So when they started attacking the Lion and his Dark Angels, it was the greatest misunderstanding in the history of Warhammer. A misunderstanding that resulted in Caliban exploding, the Lion going into a coma, and a warp storm swallowing up most of the Dark Angels that followed Luther against the Lion. These Dark Angels would be called the Fallen, as they began to re-emerge in the galaxy after getting randomly spat out of the warp storm at different locations and eras.
Dude, that's wild. He managed to get a bunch of Space Marines to fight for him on the side of Chaos without them actually joining Chaos.
Some were spat out a few years later, some 10,000 years later, and others are yet to pop out. Either way, the Dark Angels have made it their #1 priority to capture these fallen angels, torture the ever-living shit out of them until they repent their sins, before then blowing their brains out. They do this because they are so ashamed that a large chunk of their legion went traitor, and they believe that if the galaxy discovered the Fallen's existence, then all descendants of the Lion would be declared a renegade by the Imperium. This is obviously really fucking stupid. A number of Loyalist legions had traitor issues during the Horus Heresy, like half the White Scars went traitor until Jagadai sorted them out. On top of that, Ultramarines, Imperial Fists, and more fall to chaos on the day.
Oh, there is something interesting that I wanted to get you guys, quickly wanted to ask you a question about. In this book, right, so in the Dark Imperium, Belisarius Cawl, at the end of his conversation with Robute Guilliman, talks about gene seeds that he's perfected or that he's recreated from the fallen chapters. So I'm assuming he's talking about all the chapters that fully and wholly fell to chaos. But Robute Guilliman's like, fuck no. You destroy those gene seeds, they're not going fucking anywhere near us. Okay? Now, here's my question. Does that include the gene seeds of the legions that fell, but not all of it fell. So, like for example, let's say the dark angels. Would their gene seed also be on the? Nope, we're not recreating these because some of them fell, or is it more a case of no? When the entirety, including the Primarch, fell, those are the ones that they're blocking. Started before the heresy. Yes, they are weak. The Night Lord gene seed was Halastable. Nope, only official traitors? I don't think so. If their Primarch is Chaos Boy now, they are out. All of them. Okay, so literally if any of the genes that foul are blocked. Alright. It's widely thought Cole used them anyways. No, the Dark Angels have primary successors. No, I'm not talking about the Dark Angels specifically. I'm talking about other traitor legions where, like, some of the legion fell to chaos, but not all of the legion fell to chaos.
And the Imperium just kind of cops it as the reality of the situation. It's actually kind of frustrating as a Dark Angels fan. They will often abandon war zones mid-battle if they catch a whiff of fallen panties, dooming numerous allies on multiple occasions.
I would say though, I think in this Dark Imperium, a lot of Rabute Gilliman's rules really hold them back. Because he set up all of these strange rules of how things are supposed to work now in order to stop chaos from spreading again. But it feels like his own rules are also holding them back quite significantly. Insofar as their ability to actually combat is just impeded consistently by his own rules. Of half of the Dark Angels falling to chaos, with perhaps the exception of the Emperor himself. Basically, think of it like this. If the Primarch fell to chaos, then they're a fallen legion, and thus they do not get Primaris. Okay, so it must be the Primarch that fell. Okay, that makes sense.
The Chapter Master Azrael also nearly killed Gilliman when Gilliman came to say hi because he was scared that Gilliman knew about the Fallen. It's really stupid and embarrassing. Anyways, Cypher seemingly escaped the Warp Storm and took the Lion's Greatsword with him, having it permanently attached to his back. From there, he's been traveling the galaxy, not necessarily causing havoc, but being a magnet for it. Mostly because the Dark Angels get too excited wherever he is spotted, and they make a big show of things. His first sightings were on potential Dark Angel recruitment worlds, where he seemingly sabotaged and caused problems for the Dark Angels. However, he could have been trying to counter the influence of the Alpha Legion. After all, they suffered very little casualties during the Horus Heresy, and were known to have a fucking massive legion. So
yeah, I mean, but Ballistic, so Belisarius Call spent time recreating the gene seeds and removing the instabilities. So effectively, the Primarchs that fell, their gene seeds being recreated would be fine, because he removed the instability from them, although he didn't remove all of it because he wanted to ensure that all of them worked. And Belisarius Call actually explained to him that the Emperor chose every single one of those gene seeds so that the Primarchs on their own mean nothing. The Primarchs that are, like, the Primarchs as a whole. So if you have all of the Primarchs with all of their Space Marines, that's the weapon. The Emperor designed all 18 of them to be wholly and completely a singular weapon that would be an unstoppable force. So right now, the Imperium is sort of running on fumes. It's running at like 20% capacity of what it could be. The protagonists of the Dawn of War series Space Marine side are a successor of an unknown legion, but the most likely and theorized founding legion would be the Thousand Sons, the Legion of Magnus, the Red, and the personal legion now of Zeech, but the Blood Ravens are loyal. That makes sense, Mental Fan.
It makes sense that the large chunk of them who genuinely became traitors would launch huge operations against the wounded loyalist legions. A few other incidences occurred that made Cypher look pretty bad. However, when the old Dark Angel Chapter Master Aloken was killed by orcs, Cypher prevents the orcs from looting his corpse and taking holy Dark Angel relics. Cypher would go on to do random shit that would either help or hinder the Imperium. He would often assassinate targets, assume their identity, have a bit of fun, then run away.
I know,
Often these
ballistic.
targets weren't even Astartes. How did he manage that? After all, an old planetary governor suddenly becoming 8 feet tall and built like a truck would be a bit sus. I'll get into that soon. Cypher would go from ruse to ruse and manipulate pretty much everyone. Even the Alpha Legion found themselves to be his bitch on occasion. Whenever they tried to get revenge on him for manipulating them, he would manipulate the Dark Angels to come kill some of them. He was completely unloyal to anyone, but it should be noted that he never really directly attacked or engaged a loyalist chapter. Sure, he would cause a ruckus that would see loyalist Astartes fighting and dying.
I can understand
that. For
that.
him to just straight up attack them unprovoked. The acts of war he committed against the Imperium always seemed to have a counterance effect, rousing Imperial defenders and giving them motivation to fight. He even helped keep the Fallen a secret, viciously killing anyone, including Inquisitors, who seemed to have figured out why the Dark Angels were so sus. The biggest Cypher moment in recent lore was when Guilliman was captured by the forces of Titsnitch on his way to Terra after his resurrection. Cypher was one of the key characters who rescued Guilliman, with his one condition being that he gets to have an audience with the Emperor. G-Man agrees because he doesn't really have a choice, and the two of them do get to Terra. Cypher is like, cool, I just saved you, now I can speak to Dad, sorry, I mean the Emperor. And G-Man is like, fuck no dude, and has him arrested. Cypher then easily breaks out like he always does. It's literally impossible to keep this guy in jail for more than 10 minutes. Cypher aiding Guilliman's kind of a big deal. To do so, he basically forsook multiple Chaos alliances and assets in order to help Guilliman, and it's confirmed that without Guilliman's resurrection, the Imperium would have fallen, with the God Emperor dying, so Cypher straight up saved the Imperium. This begs the question, why? Why does he stick his neck out for the good guys? Why does he help and hinder the Imperium in chaos? Is he just a meme lord that likes to take the piss, or is there another motive here? To answer this,
maybe he never fell.
Who the fuck Cypher actually is, which fortunately I have a pretty good idea.
Maybe he never fell. That's maybe why. The thing is, he knows he can never really return because he will always be thought of as someone that fell. But now he just basically, you know, fights for order in his own way.
Let's look at all the known ciphers that there's been, because remember, it's a title, not a name. The first one was a normal mortal man who advised the Lion and Luther before the Emperor arrived. He was dead before Astartes became a thing on Caliban, so it isn't him. The second cipher was one of Luther's advisors, who did become an Astartes. There was also a rumor that he was the last living knight of Lupus, who were an order of Calibanite knights who wanted to fuck the chaos monsters on their world instead of genociding them. However, this is refuted by the fact that this cipher hated chaos and was an ally of the Watchers in the Dark. The Watchers being these Jawa-looking cosmic entities that like hanging around the Dark Angels. Regardless, this second cipher was killed by Zariel el-Zaras, who then took on the mantle. There is some pretty solid evidence pointing towards Zahariel being the current modern-day cipher. Firstly, he was a powerful chaos sorcerer, which would explain his uncanny ability to escape any situation. He was also one of the Fallen, which Cypher is. On top of that, he was known to not side with only one faction. He chose to be a traitor, but did not join up with any of the traitor legions. However, I'm not convinced. The Cypher we know and love doesn't really use warp powers or sorcery as far as I'm aware. He dual wields pistols like a boss. On top of that, Zahariel was pretty chaosy. He drank that Kool-Aid, whereas the Cypher we know exploits and uses chaos as a tool, but seems pretty free from its taint. Another big giveaway that Zahariel probably isn't Cypher is the fact
it's not the first time I've learned of an Astartes that is immune or very resistant to warp. In Space Marine, the game, that guy you play, Titus, also seems to be immune to the magics of the warp. It's one of the two lost Primarchs. I mean, possible, I guess. The Watchers in the Dark scared the hell out of demons when they were running through the rock. They ran in fear of all things when seeing a Watcher in the Dark. Why? Valentine, what do the Watchers in the Dark do?
That he fucking hates the Lion. After all, he believes the Lion betrayed him, and to be fair, the Lion also killed his cousin in a fit of rage. If he had hated the Lion so much, why does he carry and protect his sword? Why does he go out of his way to protect chapter relics from being defiled by Xenos or even Chaos? Why does he avoid direct conflict with the Dark Angels, and why did he save the Imperium from chaos? Also, Luther low-key says that Zahariel was killed during the fall of Caliban. So no, I don't believe that Zahariel is Cypher. I believe another...
Well, it depends though, Arthurs. Have Games Workshop ever said whether or not the game is canon? Because if Space Marine is considered canon, which yesterday we had a whole discussion about because I was playing Space Marine yesterday, if it is considered canon, then that is canon. Then Titus is immune or at least highly resistant to warp magic. And if the game is treated as canon, then that makes it canon. Well, to be fair, Games Workshop themselves don't like the word canon, I suppose. So right now, it's the truth. Not canon, but it is the truth. It's canon, but nobody really cares because nobody is going to reference it. I referenced it. Am I now no one, Arthurs? Did you just diminish me to absolute non-person status? Because I literally just referenced it. I believe less than a minute ago, I referenced that shit. Am I now not a fucking person? Jesus. Evans, fuck you. And you too, Goldfish. Who the fuck is you, bro? They're an unknown Zeros race that despise warp entities and imprisoned a pre-godlike chaos being on Caliban before it was destroyed. They only showed themselves to the original Cypher and Grandmaster. Wow. The Watchers of the Dark are keeping guard over the body of Lionel Johnson, who is at the moment asleep in a hidden chamber on the Rock, a piece of Caliban, which they now use as a massive spaceship and main base of operations. Why is he asleep, though?
Man took on the mysterious title in order to keep his own identity a secret, a man who is a master of manipulation, stealth, and assuming the identity of others, a man we know is alive but hasn't been seen in 10,000 years despite his influence and power. That's right, I strongly believe that Cypher is actually Omegon. Omegon being one of the 2 Primarchs of the Alpha Legion. This isn't a unique...
Yeah, he's just a bit tired. Okay, so basically the same thing that happened to Rabute Gilliman after his fight with, what's his name again? Oh my god. His fight with his brother? What's it? Fulham? No. What's the name of his brother again? Fulgrim. Yeah. So that's what happened to Rabute Gilliman as well. Wouldn't it be better than if they actually took him to Belisarius Call? Because actually, Rabute Gilliman slept for what? Almost 1,000 years or some shit? That he was in his coma? Or was it 10,000 years? How long was Rabute Gilliman in a coma? 1,000 years, no? 10,000. Yeah, 10,000 years. So they can probably... Okay, so he probably's got a few more fucking millennia to go.
Special major kill theory. Quite a few others believe it as well, and allow me to show you some evidence. Firstly, Cypher is a beast in combat. No one can land a hit on him and he fights like a demon, well beyond what an Astartes should be capable of. This is all the while he is carrying a heavy-ass sword on his back. Omegon and Alpharius were also the smallest Primarchs, able to easily blend in with Space Marines due to their smaller size, as well as their unique Primarch power that, you guessed it, allows them to change how others perceive them. Alpharius infiltrated nearly every single legion as a pretend space marine under the Emperor's orders. He found the Dark Angels to be the most interesting and difficult to infiltrate. Omegon would have the same abilities and would have learnt this from Alpharius. On top of this, Omegon was known to be the ultimate fence-sitter in terms of allegiance. He worked against...
Dude, you don't have to apologize, Arthurs. I'm joking, bro. Like, you're allowed to say whatever the fuck you want. You don't have to apologize for shit like that. It's a joke. But no, I understand that. Although, from what I can tell, Games Workshop seems to be pretty protective over their story, at least. They don't seem to be protective over their IP in any way, shape, or form. Like, they'll let literally anyone make games about their universe. But their story seems to always check out. Because there's like a lot of games that... What I've heard from people, there's a lot of games where the game itself is actually pretty shit, but the story is pretty good. So there's that one 40k Mechanicus game, which the gameplay is pretty goddamn awful, but apparently the story of it is really fucking good. So I'm not entirely sure, but I can see what you mean. Like they probably allow them a little bit more leeway to create things like warp, characters that are completely immune to the warp or some shit. And maybe that's not entirely canonical, but it is what it is. That's great gameplay. I do not agree with that, Nowhere Man. I played Mechanicus. I did not fucking enjoy that gameplay.
His brother Alfarius, who chose to be a traitor during the Horus Heresy, so that the Alpha Legion would have a neutral impact on the outcome of the war, meaning that neither the Imperium nor the traitors would achieve a decisive victory. In terms of gear, he has some top tier shit, Primarch level, including a Catan phase knife which is extremely strong. Coincidentally, or not coincidentally, Amigon's old Xenospear is likely of Necron origin and probably includes Catan phase technology. Since Alfarius took the spear when the brothers swapped places, it's likely Amigon would have wanted to continue using something similar to his old weapon. As to why he is carrying the Lion Sword and wants to speak with the Emperor, there's a good chance that the Lion's coma is due to part of his soul
I don't mind
or maybe fragmented. I would bet that his
turn-based
sword
combat.
contains the fragments or necessary part to wake him up. As such, Amigon trusts no
The
one else in
Alpha,
the galaxy.
the only reason the Alpha Legion is dope is because no one has a fucking clue what they are. I'm just listening to him explaining the possibility of the Alpha Legion Primarchs, and I'm confused as fuck as to what half of this shit is. That's the only reason they're cool, is because no one knows anything about them.
Except himself to guard the lion's soul, until such a time that the lion needs to be awoken. The lion is in a coma because he would be too destructive and ruthless as the leader of the Imperium. However, if times get desperate enough, he would make a legendary savior. Amigon likely wanted to have an audience with the Emperor, his father, to receive guidance about what he should do and if he should wake up the lion. After all, Amigon has spent 10,000 years manipulating and deceiving the Dark Angels, the Alpha Legion, and the Chaos Gods themselves. He would be fucking exhausted and likely lacking a clear goal. This is all just the theory, of course, but just like the Primarchs are warp gods in mortal form theory, I will literally fucking fight GW if they try to disprove this. After all, there is literally no one else who could provide a satisfactory cipher identity reveal other than Amigon. If it is Zahariel, that would just be lame, considering there was no special setup and the character would be acting weird. But for Amigon, there is a clear and fun setup. Shout out to Oleg Rabakak on Reddit, who was able to compile most of the evidence for Cypher's identity being Amigon. It always helps frame a theory when you have a bigger nerd than yourself providing the facts. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be. Only $1 per month give you access to a boatload of Battle Mace 40 million tits. Fuck yeah. Hit the subscribe button and hit the real subscribe button for more Cypher content. Join the Discord for more memes and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace. Alright, Cypher's got my attention now. I want to know more about this Cypher character. Yeah, this was a cool fucking video. We'll give it a like because it was cool. The Alpha Legion is a mystery box, and at this point, any in-depth reveal is going to be a disappointment. That's sadly one of those things where you can sometimes come up with some really cool stories within video games. But then those stories are also the thing that paints you into a corner. Because it's that very story and the thing that made it cool that also makes it impossible for you to actually dive into it. Because it's, well, it needs to be mysterious. So I don't think we'll ever get a deep dive into the Alpha Legion. I think the Alpha Legion is almost always going to be treated with this sort of, who knows, maybe, could be. Whatever the case might be, because that's the only way to keep them cool outside of, well, you have to come up with a pretty massively cool story for them if you're going to keep people interested in it. Well, Elune is a good example of this from the World of Warcraft universe. For those of you that don't know anything about World of Warcraft, Elune has been around since the literal beginnings of the universe. One of the first characters we ever really learned about on a cosmic scale was Elune in the game. And when I say learn about, I mean we knew her name. That's it. We didn't know what she was, who she was, where she's from, what she's doing, Because half the time she doesn't seem to be doing anything, but she does do a lot of things. It's not immediately obvious. Like a lot of the time, you only learn about the things that Elune is doing once it's already been done. And then you sort of get an idea that she was the one guiding things, right? And the original creator of the World of Warcraft universe, Chris Mason, wanted to keep it that way. He never wanted people to know who Elune was because part of her mystique and her allure is the fact that no one knows anything about her. And then, of course, in Shadowlands, Blizzard decided to make Elune appear for the first time. So we got a lot of behind-the-scenes looks at Elune, and needless to say, for a lot of people, those reveals were kind of like, oh my god, really? That's not what we wanted. Like, you know, because everyone has now come up with so many theories about this. You know, same with the Alpha Legion. There's so many theories about who the Alpha Legions are and where they are and what they do and how they serve, and people are having fun speculating. And if you give people a behind... So, let's say Games Workshop did something small with the Alpha Legion. Let's just imagine that Games Workshop came out and said, okay, the Alpha Legion is actually a Chaos Legion. They don't serve the Imperium whatsoever. Just that little thing effectively ruins the Alpha Legion. Because half of the fun in the speculations about the Alpha Legion is who do they actually serve. We know that they're a traitor legion, but they seem to also serve the Imperium. They don't seem to have fallen completely to chaos. They seem to kind of be a double agent for the most part. Novel is quite new and good. I still have to read that. I would probably dislike Alpha Legion if they just served chaos. He will never serve. You can already use some small amount of Dark Angels as chaos in the game. Interesting. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I have 10 minutes left before I have to go. Well, actually, I have 10 minutes left before my power goes out. Not 10 minutes before I have to go. I have to kind of go now because I'm going to switch off to make sure that I don't get caught unawares. I apologize that this was a shorter stream. Tomorrow, though, should be at least an hour or an hour and a half longer. I'm still going to start the same time as I did today because my power is again going out at 8 o'clock and then only coming back at 10 o'clock. But tomorrow, if nothing changes, fucking fingers crossed, my power will only go out at 4 o'clock in the afternoon instead of 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that should give us at least 2 hours, like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes longer to hang out. So I will be back tomorrow to see all of you. We'll watch more videos and crap. And yeah, hopefully then we'll play some League of Legends because we have a little bit more time. Otherwise, if I don't get to play, I'll probably play this weekend. We'll do some game streams and shit. Growfile, it's a massive pain in the ass, yes. But it is what it is. I have to just make do with what I've got. Anyways, I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for suffering through the internet problems and the power problems and showing up every single day. I appreciate the fuck out of you guys. EU West, nowhere man. As always, ladies and gentlemen, be kind to each other, be good to each other, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Peace out, fam.